everything ready to go. So my name is Lee Meyer. For those of you just coming through here, empoweredpassiveincome.com. Go ahead, come on in and join me. We're going to be talking about hitting $20,000 before December. Like, how would that change things for your holidays? How would that be, affect your family? How would that make you feel to be able to have extra funds to spend on your family this Christmas? How would that make you feel to get to the end of this year, December 31st? Like, that's right around the corner. Christmas is right around the corner. Holidays are coming up. How would that make you feel to learn new skills that can take your family to an entirely new level? That is what we're going to be talking about today with this passive income stream. This is my website right here, empoweredpassiveincome.com. This is where you're going to go to learn about the six-figure blueprint that I'm talking about, that I'm going to be sharing with you. But when you go here, you're actually going to be able to learn the six-figure blueprint step by step. It's going to answer all of your questions about exactly how it works, what it is, how to have a passive income stream for yourself. So when you go here, empoweredpassiveincome.com, you're going to see a place to put in your email. You'll put that in, and then on the very next page, that's where you'll get the blueprint. It's a short video, and it's going to explain, everything. So watch that video all the way through, and then underneath that video, there's a button under that video. Go ahead and click that, and then that's going to take you over to the next page where I've actually got 4 different products available to help you get started with a passive income stream for yourself. But again, so excited to be here with you this morning, and I want to break this down for you of what $20,000 looks like. Like, that might be a big number to kind of think about, but what if we break this down on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, this is a little bit maybe a little bit more reachable in your mind. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So if I did my math right, this is actually starting October 15th. We're having a push, a holiday profit push is what it's called. And the goal of that is to help give you the skills, teach you the skills to be able to bring in that $20,000 for your family. So it works out to about $222 a day, or about $1,500 per week. So I wanted to throw that breakdown out there for you because it definitely makes it a lot more doable. The other thing that makes this a lot more doable, welcome, come on in. So glad that you're here. My name is Lee Meyer. I'm in Washington State. I hope everybody over in Florida that just had the hurricane come through is doing okay, is safe. Over here, we don't get stuff like that on the West Coast. One of the plus sides about living out here. Go ahead and drop it in the comments where you're from. I would love to know what state. We're just getting started talking about having a passive income stream, having a fully automated business, and then being able to learn the skills that can help you make $20,000 for the holidays. So excited to be here with you. So one of the reasons why, or one of the ways to be able to hit a number like this, I'm going to explain this because I was coming from a background of selling things where I would make $10 here, $20 there. The money was just not stacking up fast enough. So to be able to hit numbers like that in a week was kind of impossible without me having to put in more time, without me having to, maybe not sleep at night with 4 kids. I don't have a whole lot of time in the day. That's what I'm trying to say, is there's, cooking, cleaning, laundry, all of the things. If you got kids, you know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. You just don't have a whole lot of extra time to devote to, maybe learning new skills, running a business, working a side hustle, whatever that is. You just don't have a lot of time. And that's probably true for most people these days. Even if you don't have kids, life is busy, life is hectic. And so I really needed a way to be able to bring in bigger amounts of money for my family, because I was running out of time in the day. There was less and less time. The cost of everything has gone up and up. You've probably experienced that as well. Like, you go to the grocery store and everything is costing double of what it had cost before. To go and put groceries on the table, or groceries on the table these days, like, that can cost a fortune. Like, that can be a small miracle just feed a family of 6 like ours. And then we were running into medical bills, all of these big expenses, $1,000 expenses, $1,000 to get a car fixed, $1,000, medical bills of this appliance breaks, that appliance breaks, another appliance breaks. Like, so I needed a better way to be able to bring in actual real amounts of money for my family that stacked up, because again, I was making a few bucks here, a few bucks there, $10, $20, that only stacks up so fast. That only like puts a small dent in where I needed to be. Like the math just wasn't adding up. The math just wasn't working out. And I was feeling like I was in this impossible situation, stuck, like stressed and anxious and worried about, how are we going to be able to cover these expenses if I'm only bringing in, $20 here, $10 there, and going, okay, I need a better way to be able to bring in money for my family, real amounts of money that actually, stack up. So numbers like these are possible with bigger dollar sales. So when I learned that I could bring in numbers like $900, $600, I'm suddenly going, okay, now this totally makes sense to be able to bring in real amounts of money that actually stack up. And I'm going, all of those dreams and goals that I had buried in my heart, all of those things that I thought, I was hoping they would happen, but they were looking impossible. Things like, getting out of debt, things like, getting ahead in life, building up the savings, all of those, extra things just beyond just getting by. All of those were, pretty much impossible where we were at. And I'm going, okay, with these like actual, what I call real amounts of money, it actually stacks up fast. And all of those dreams and goals in my heart, when I found out that this was possible, I'm going, those are suddenly possible with this. And I was so excited to be able to get started, be able to learn these skills, to be able to bring in, what I call those real amounts of money for my family. And so that is the very first step, is to start with products that are going to help you reach that goal. Like if your goal is that $20,000 for the holiday, to be able to start with products that are, hundreds of dollars versus $10, $20. You're never going to get there at that rate. If you're selling small products, you would have to put in, a lot of work. And so that is the very first step, is to get started with the right products. Now, everything that we're talking about today is actually, there's 4 different products available. They're actually what is in the e-learning industry, what is called the e-learning industry. And this is the biggest industry out there right now. It is where the most money is being spent on these types of products, because our whole world is going online. Our whole world, like if you haven't noticed, is going digital. And so people are going online more than ever before, in the history of the world. Like the internet didn't exist like that many few decades ago, right? And people are going online to learn skills. They're going online to learn how to make money from the comfort of their home. They're going online to learn, how to do things. And so they're purchasing things that will help them with that. They're purchasing things like courses and programs. And so that's what I mean by e-learning, is they're actually digital products. And so coming from a background of selling physical products, that was kind of an entirely different world to me, of things that I couldn't physically see in front of me. But then realizing, okay, this is a much, much bigger market for this. This is a market where actually $1.2 billion is being spent every single day on these types of products, on digital products, on e-learning, on people purchasing courses and programs to help them learn new skills, help them better their life. So this is, $1 billion a day industry that we're talking about here with digital products, with e-learning. Again, this is the biggest industry out there, but it's also the fastest growing industry out there. So if there's any time like to be learning these skills, now is that time. So this is current year, like 2024. This is we're probably a little bit, maybe even past that 1.2 billion per day, because this number was from actually the beginning of this year. But Forbes has projected that by 2027, which is a couple of years down the road, that this number is actually going to be hitting 3 billion. This is like billion with a B dollars every single day. That is per day that is going to be being spent on products like these in the e-learning industry. So when I learned, it's not only the biggest industry out there, it's also the fastest growing industry out there. So to be able to jump in with products that are created for you, already done for you out of the box, that allows you to be able to get in here and start learning the skills, start profiting, start utilizing the market that's already out there, the demand that's already out there, and that's set to grow. So with all of these products, you actually get what is called the master resale rights for them. And what this allows you to do again is to hit the ground running with these, because you don't have to go out and try and create your own product, figure out, how to create something that people want to buy from you, like try and test that out. These are actually proven products that are highly in demand. We've got probably a little bit over 42,000 people inside of our community. And that just goes to show how well this works, and that there is proof in the pudding. So 42,000 people inside of our community. It also means that with these products, I'll just mention this really quickly, with all of these products, you get access to our community for free, which is amazing, because what that means for you is that you have a place to go anytime that you need help. There's going to be somebody there. There's people from around the world who are there who can answer your questions. The community is also where all of our training is happening, ongoing training, ongoing mentoring at no extra cost, like for free. There's not any sort of membership fee. There's not any sort of monthly fee. Like, you get access to 6-figure and 7-figure income earners as part of this. You get that mentoring, you get that mindset from 7-figure millionaire CEO for free inside of that community. So that has been a huge piece for me, to not just have a course, not just have a product and then be left in the dark of trying to figure out, what do I do with it? Because that is the problem with a lot of courses out there, is you buy a course, you might go through the training, you might not, and then there's no kind of support for the future. With this is not a course. These are not courses. These are complete programs where you not only get the information, but you get that community that I just mentioned, with that mentoring, with events happening pretty much every day, where you're able to connect, where you're able to get your questions answered, even inside of those trainings. They are live and interactive, and we've got trainings on our calendar like just about every single day of the week. Today, I believe we've got a tech call. Today's Thursday. I believe we've got a tech call. So like, we even have help for that. For me, I did not need any tech help. There are videos, you'll follow along with those step by step to be able to get everything set up for yourself. I'm going to actually go ahead and talk about that right now. But I want to ask you, like, these products, the way that these work, they're actually income streams because of those master resale rights. But you not only get the master resale right on the product that you get, but you get the master resale rights for the products under it. So for example, Legacy Builder is our very best selling product. What that means, like, I was so excited to learn that, because what that means for you is that will be your best selling product. Imagine seeing like $900 coming in at a time. So $900, $900, that's $1,800. A third $900, that's $2,700 coming from that background where I was making $10, $20, maybe another $20. That adds up to $50. Woohoo. Like, I might be able to get a bag of groceries. To be able to actually, $900 at a time, that is our best selling product. So when I learned that, I'm like, yes, that would be absolutely amazing to see $900 coming in. Now, I did not think that like, I couldn't even picture what that would feel like. I couldn't imagine that happening, but it followed the process. I followed it step by step, learned the skills, and then started seeing amounts like this coming into my own bank account. With these, I'm getting a little bit off track here with where I wanted to go, but I did want to mention, because this is huge, is that these are all 100% profit that you make because of those master resale rights. This is not an MLM. You're not making somebody else rich. It's not an affiliate program where, somebody else, the course creator of that affiliate program, is getting the majority of it. You're doing the work to bring the customers, and then you're getting a portion. With an affiliate, you might make 25%. Let's say, to any of these, if you're making 25%, you're going to have to go and get 4 customers to be able to, make that full amount. Whereas with this route, with master resale rights, you're actually able to make 100% profit. So again, you're not making somebody else rich. You're not the little hamster on the wheel that is doing all of that work. And so as I was explaining, this $900 legacy builder, that is actually our best selling product. So what that means is the majority of your sales will actually be at that $900 level, but you also get the master resale rights for the products below that. So it actually gives you 4 income streams, all 4 of the income streams that are available. So you get a 900, a 600, a 300, a 100. So imagine what that would be for you to have 4 income streams that are passive, that are out there working for you, and you're getting 100% profit off of those. I want you to just picture what that would be for you to pick up your phone and see that you had $900 come in, to see that you had $600 come in, and you're going this actually puts a dent in things. That was me of going, okay, yes, all of the dreams and goals, getting out of debt, getting my car paid off, that's all suddenly possible. And I've been able to, already send in, just since finding this 4 months ago, getting started 4 months ago, already have been able to not just have enough to get by, just to get the bills paid, for the month, but to have extra, to be able to, go and do those things that I didn't think that I would ever be able to do. Go in and send extra payments towards my car to get it paid off early. It's going to be paid off, months ahead of time, because I'm able to bring in, real amounts of money. It's also meant that I've been able to go out and make, memories with my kids, do things with them that I wouldn't have been able to do without this. Making those memories, going out and doing things, that takes money. It takes time as well. And so to be able to go out, we went to a concert. We've gone to different farms and different things that we've gone to. We just went to the pumpkin patch this weekend, and to be able to go out and do those things, have the money to go out and do those things, have the money to go out and make those memories now, before it's too late. Kids grow up fast. They grow up before you know it. And I knew that I didn't want to miss out on those memories with them. I didn't want to miss out on being able to go out with them, have the funds to go out and make those memories. The other thing that I didn't want to miss out was on any more time with them. And so that leads me to the next part of this. Is you might be wondering, okay, that sounds amazing to have 4 income streams, to be able to bring in, hundreds of dollars at a time, 100% profit, $900, $600, $300. That sounds amazing. But how much work is it? How much work does it take? What all is involved? And so when I learned that these actually amounts can come in, or do come in, through an automated system that gives you your time back, that was the thing that I really wanted at the end of the day, was that time back with my kids, my time back with my family. Because again, you cannot go and get that time back. You cannot go and create more time in the day. You can't go back and get time that you sacrificed. And that is what I was having to do with my side hustles, having to sacrifice time away from my family, having to go and put in more time, having to take more time away. And I wanted to get that time back. And so that is actually where the automation system comes in. And with this, so the products, once you get your product, again, there's those 4 different products that are available. You're gonna, you can check that off the list. It's done, it's created. You don't have to do anything with it. It's ready to go, like out of the box. The next piece of this is the automation, and this is really, really close to done. So it's about 90 to 95% done. You just need to do 2 things. Number 1 is to go and get your own domain name. So that is the name of your website. So for me, I've been, mentioning throughout this morning, empoweredpassiveincome.com. That is my own website. So you're going to set up your automation system with your own website. So that allows you to be able to have a place to send customers to. We actually give you those web pages, like what you see on the page. We give that to you. We give you, the tech behind it, so you don't have to figure that out. You're simply plugging in the name of your website, and we walk you through exactly how to go and get the name of your website, like purchase a domain name. We walk you through, everything from purchasing that domain name to going and connecting it into the website, which is done for you. So this automation system, like, this is your freedom machine. This is where it gets really exciting, because your income is not tied to your time anymore. When you have an automation system like this, it's out there working in the background for you. It's working around the clock. Like, as it's working when you're sleeping, it's working when you're grocery shopping, it's working when you're driving, it's working, around the clock, weekends, evenings, all of the time. It's out there. There's never a time it's not, unless, the entire internet was down. But it's always out there working. And so with this automation system, it's a couple of different things to be able to see those $900, $600, $300 coming in. There's 2 kind of pieces of this. First are the web pages. And so these we give you. These are done for you. You don't have to know anything about websites. You don't have to know how to build a website. You don't have to know how to build a web page. You don't have to know what to say. Like, we give these to you. You don't have to know any of the tech behind this. So there's basically 3 pages here. There's your landing page, I'll call it. And then this is where you're going to be collecting email addresses, because these days your email list, that is your income. If there's one thing that you want to be collecting in today's market, in today's digital world, that is emails. You never want to send people just directly to a page to purchase products. That, if you're doing that, that leaves a ton of money on the table. The majority of money in businesses these days is made through that email list. That is why your email is collected everywhere you go. You think, you go and shop at maybe the mall, you go in your favorite department store. What do they ask you for? They're asking you for that email. That is because companies know that that is where the money is at. That is where, that income is in that email list. So the way this starts, the same way, is you're going to collect those email addresses on the first page. Once that is put in, then that's going to take your prospective lead over to the next page, where there's a video available to let them know a little bit more about that product. They're going to watch that, and they're going to go, okay, like, either this isn't for me, that's fine. They can click away, no big deal. Like, there's no rejection. You don't have to hear the word no, because again, this is all completely automated. Or they can go, okay, yes, like, I would love to learn more. I would love to, that I could see myself doing this. I would love to be able to check this out a little bit further. And then there's that button underneath the video. And then that is going to take them over to the final page where those 4 different products are available. On this page, that's where you have those buttons already set up when they're going, okay, yes, I'm ready to purchase. Yes, I'm ready to buy. And they click that button. You're going to have that set up with your payment gateway. So those are the 2 things that you need to do is go and get your own domain name, the name of your website, and then go and program those buttons. Those are kind of like the only 2 things that you need to do to get this automation system set up for yourself. A proven system, by the way. This is what thousands of people are using around the world and getting results with it. If something is working, why go and reinvent the wheel? Now, the other piece of this that I mentioned is that email marketing, because not everybody's going to be ready to purchase immediately. There are plenty of people who do. There are plenty of people who, just barely come to your website, just barely find out who you are. They just barely discover, your website name, and they're coming here, putting in their email, going and watching the video and go, yes, like this would be amazing. And they're like, yes, I want to start now. And then going and purchasing on the following page. That does happen, but more often than not, that is where that email sequence comes in. That is what's going to do all of that follow up with your customers. So it may be that, not everybody's going to be ready to purchase immediately. Yes, that does happen within a few minutes, but more people are going to be going through that sequence. And then maybe, a day, 2 or 3 or 4 down the road, as they're getting these emails that are automated to go out approximately 1 day apart of the email automation sequence, that is, all of these are going to lead back to that page where the products are available. What this email sequence does is that is what is growing your know, like, and trust factor, because that is when sales are made, is when you grow that know, like, and trust. So during this email sequence process, they're getting familiar, but your potential leads are getting familiar with you. They're getting used to seeing your name. They're getting used to, who you are, and you're growing that know, like, and trust. And so when you can do that, that is when you will make sales. And so all of those will point back to that page where those products are available, where you already set up those buttons on the page with your payment gateway. By payment gateway, I just mean your PayPal, your Stripe account, your Square account, wherever that is that you want to get paid, you're going to have that already set up on that button so that you can get paid directly. And this is how those $900 amounts coming in to your bank account are possible at that 100% profit, is because you are getting paid directly. Your customers are paying you through your payment gateway. The payment is not going to somebody else. These are your own customers. This is your own website. And that's how you're able to get that 100% profit on, $900, on $600, on $300, because you've set this automation system up for yourself. So it's 90 to 95% done. Like, we give you all of the web pages. We give you this email sequence that is proven to convert. This is a highly converting system that we give you. You're just connecting in your own information, your own name for your website, as well as that payment gateway. So again, the step-by-step videos to follow along with this to get that set up, but it can be set up like today, this afternoon. Like, I put my baby down for a nap when I was getting this set up. I'm like, I've got to get this done. My kids are coming home for the summer. Got it set up, put the baby down for a nap, and had that set up during her nap. So that's, as quick as it can take. It's about 20 steps. Like, imagine if each of those steps are just small little steps. If they take you just 5 minutes like that, this could be set up today. And what would that do for you to have an automation system like this out there working for you, bringing you in $900, bringing you in $600, and doing it in a way where you actually get your time back, where you actually, have this out there working for you, where you're not having to be tied down to a computer, you're not having to be tied down to a phone, you're not having to be, tied down to anything, but this automation system is out there working in the background, like around the clock for you to convert your potential leads into paying customers. For me, that meant peace of mind. For me, that meant time back with my family. It meant peace of mind because this system works. It meant peace of mind because I can relax knowing that this system is out there to take potential leads and do all of that follow up with them and take them from just barely finding out, just barely discovering, just barely getting into that automation system, and then converting them into a paying customer. So it meant that I didn't have to worry about how I'm going to get the bills paid. It meant that I knew that I had pay coming in, that I have direct pay to me, 100% profit. It also meant, that time back, because again, that at the end of the day, that was what I really wanted, was to be able to be there with my family, to be present, to, even before, when I wasn't working, I was thinking, okay, I should be working. I should be, trying to, try and make a dent in the hopeless situation that I was stuck in, trying to bring in at least, a few bucks here, a few bucks there, but to be able to actually get my time back with my family and to be able to be present, to like actually listen, to actually, be there with my kids. That has been, one of the biggest pieces of this for me, is to just have that peace of mind and then have that time back, knowing that I can do my 2 hours of income earning activities for the day. And then the rest of the day, the rest of the time, like on the weekends when I'm not working, that this automation system is out there working for me. So what would that do for you to get your time back, to have a system like this that is out there working around the clock for you, bringing you in those real amounts of money? So I would love to know, like, what would you do with your day to follow our 2 hour workday, which is what I'm going to talk about next? And then what would you do with the rest of your time? Like, would you spend it with your family? What would your day look like? So many times we just kind of go through life and we're not happy with where we're at. We're not happy with maybe how we spent our day. And to be able to, actually design your day, to be able to design your day around this, around having a 2 hour workday, which, by the way, does not have to be all at once. It does not have to be in one chunk of time. It can be split up, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there. And so with this automation system, again, this could be set up today for you. I had this set up in a single afternoon, an afternoon during nap time, not even a whole afternoon. It was like less than 2 hours, right? To get this set up. We've got people who in our community who have set this up for themselves, been able to bring in thousands of dollars for their family, that are pushing 80 years old. Like, I find that so inspiring, of, looking at them and going, okay, if they can do it, I can do it. If they can do it, you can do it. Like, they're just videos you follow along with step by step to get this set up. Once it's set up, you don't have to touch it again. So you can check that off of your list. So what that means is your products, they're done. That's, another thing off the list. The automation done, another thing off your list. All that leaves for you on a daily basis to hit numbers like what we're talking about today, of that $20,000 before the holidays, before Christmas, is getting your website out there into the world and getting it discovered. And we teach you exactly how to do this. We teach you how to market. We teach you how to connect and be relatable. We teach you how to create a compelling call to action. And what this does is it's going to get your website out there into the world, out there into, the digital space. There's 5 billion people, maybe a little bit more, to 5 to 5.5 billion people who are on the internet. So getting this discovered, getting your website discovered, is easier than you think. And it's also free. You should never have to pay for paid ads. So there's kind of 2 routes that you can go with getting discovered. This is where that 2-hour workday comes in, by the way, because you're focused on those income earning activities during that 2 hours to get your website discovered. And then from there, the automation system is what takes over and does all of that work the rest of the day for you. That automation system is what makes the 2 hours possible. So the 2-hour workday, you're simply working on getting your website discovered. There's a couple of routes to go with this, and both are free. The first one is through copy and paste free ads. And so with these, if you can copy and paste, like you can do this, you're simply copying and pasting, and we show you exactly how to do this. We've got actually a live training coming up, I believe next week on this. There's already one in the community, but we have a new one that's going to be live and interactive where you can come get your questions answered during that training. So this, with the copy and paste free ads, we show you what websites to go and post to. We show you how to do those ads, and you're simply like copying and pasting over to these free ad sites where hundreds of thousands of people are visiting every single day. You can go and look up, traffic for websites. You can go and look at that these are high traffic websites that people are going to. And they're going to look for business opportunities. They're going to look for ways to make money for their family. And they're going to, look for jobs. They're going to look for, ways to make money. And so by copying and pasting over to these free ad sites, you're able to get your website discovered. You're able to have a link over to your website and say, hey, for more information, you can head to my website. And then that is going to get them inside of that automation system that is going to take them from just discovering your website, and then converting them into your paying customer. The second route for this is social media. And with this is, both of these are free routes. So you should never have to, pay for getting your website out there. You should never have to pay for ads. And so with social media, you're simply posting to free social media sites. This can be any social media. You just need one social media account, one social media platform to post to. But inside of our program, we actually teach you how to market and how to create content for every single social media platform out there. So that means that you get to choose, and we have people having success on every social media platform that there is. You just you get to pick. So we have the trainings for Instagram, we have trainings for TikTok, where I am right now. That's where I started, like ground zero, had to go and get the app, had to go and create an account. And we have trainings for, I think I mentioned Instagram, Facebook. We even have trainings for LinkedIn, for YouTube, for Pinterest, you name whatever social media site, we've got you covered. Show you how to create content that connects, that is relatable, that gets in front of your perfect customer and stops their scroll. Because yes, there's 5.5 billion people on the internet, but there's also 5.5 billion people on the internet. You have to learn how to stop the scroll. And we teach you how to do that. And then we teach you how to create that compelling call to action through these pieces of content that you're posting to social media. So for me, I post 3 pieces of content per day. These are like, short little videos. It could even be a picture with some words. And that's 3 per day over to TikTok. That's where I post those. With all of those, there is a call to action. That call to action is to go over to the link, go to the website, and go and get inside of that automation system. That is what is doing all of that follow up and converting, somebody who just watched a piece of content, just consumed that piece of content, and is taking them from that place of just, maybe finding out, to going and getting inside of that automation system, going and learning more, and then going and saying, hey, yes, like that automation system is going to do all of that follow up for you. With those 3 pieces of content, this is about 15 to 30 minutes of my day. And then the other piece of this for me is to go live, just like what I'm doing right now. The alternative to that, if you're like, hey, I can never do that, the alternative to that is those copy and paste free ads, which is like an introvert's dream. The other piece of my day is, so going live is about 45 minutes. So I'm totaling like less than an hour and a half here. The other piece of my day, I spend time plugging in to our community. So literally three things to be able to bring in $900, $600, $300 for my family, creating those pieces of content, going live, and then plugging into our community. So I'm going to leave you with the one final question of learning these new skills. Yes, these are, maybe new skills to you. For me, they were new skills. I did not know how to create those pieces of content. I'm not even a social media person, believe it or not, but I learned, how to create those pieces of content. I realized that, nothing was ever going to change in my situation. Nothing was ever going to get better. I was never going to get out of the struggle unless I did something about it, unless I stepped out and learned new skills. And you can do this. I want to give you that hope that things can change for you, but you have to be willing to, maybe do something a little bit different than what you're used to. You have to be able to, learn new skills. And for this, that meant for me having, to learn new skills, but it also meant, good things on the other side of it. It meant getting that time back with my family. It meant being able to bring in real amounts of income for my family that actually stack up. So I want to leave you with that final question of what would learning new skills do for you? Learning the skills where you're able to bring in $900, learning the skills where you're building a business that will take you to that place of seeing daily pay. What would $900 do? You realize that $900 on a daily basis, when you learn these skills, when you apply what we teach inside of our program, we teach you how to get to that place where you're seeing daily pay, where you've built your business, where you've built your following, where you've built that email list, and you're seeing $900. What would that do for your family? $900, that's $6,300 a week, and $328,000 a year. What would that do for your family? Like, how would that change things for you? How would that make you feel to get to the end of a year, get to the end of 2025? Like, this is the end of 2024. You jump in, these last like 2.5 months that we've got left of 2024, and you start learning these new skills. You start learning how to build a daily paying business. You start learning attraction marketing to bring in a daily paying customer, and you're starting to see $900 come in. Maybe you're able to make, $20,000 during this holiday season, and you're getting to January 1st, and you're starting to see daily pay come in more and more consistently. And 2025 comes and you're seeing that on a consistent basis. You get to the end of 2025 and you've got that extra $328,000 in your bank account. Like, how proud of yourself would you be for learning new skills? How proud of yourself would you be for having taken your family to an entirely new level? Proud would you be, like, changing your family's financial trajectory and doing it in a way where you get your time back, where you've created a passive business, a fully automated business that is out there, working around the clock for you. So empoweredpassiveincome.com. This is where you're going to go to learn exactly what this is that we're talking about. Get my 6-figure blueprint. When you get here, you're going to see a place to put in your email. What that is going to do is on the very next page, you're going to get a video that explains what the 6-figure blueprint is, exactly how it works. It's a short video, but watch that all the way through because it's going to answer all of your questions. Underneath that video, there's a button. You're going to click that button, and that is going to take you over to the page where those 4 different products are available, where you can have income streams like this, like the real amounts of money that we've been talking about, 900, 600, 300. On that page, you're going to see scroll all the way down to the bottom, and then that's where you're going to see the 4 different products that are available, and those are essentially for, income streams that you can have. And so I want to leave you with that final question of what would $328,000 do for your family? All right, I'm going to go ahead and wish you a fabulous rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye.